FIFA just made one of the most controversial disciplinary decisions in World Cup history. Not because a referee made the wrong call, not because VAR malfunctioned, but because FIFA itself stepped in and made a decision that almost nobody saw coming. Folarin Balogun was shown a straight red card during the United States 2-0 victory over Bosnia and Herzegovina in the round of 32. After a VR review, the challenge was deemed serious foul play for stepping on defender Tarik Muharremovic. In almost every case, a straight red card in the World Cup means one thing: an automatic one-match suspension. Case closed. Or so everyone thought. As the United States began preparing for a massive round of 16 showdown against Belgium, the assumption was simple. Their star striker wouldn't be playing. Analysts discussed possible replacements. Belgium adjusted its preparations. American fans feared their attack had lost its biggest weapon at the worst possible moment. Then FIFA announced something that stunned the football world. The red card would remain, but the automatic one-match suspension would not. Instead, FIFA suspended the ban on a one-year probationary basis, making Balogun eligible to face Belgium. In an instant, one of the biggest matches of the tournament had a completely different storyline. And almost immediately, people began asking the same question. How is that even possible? The controversy wasn't simply about Balogun returning. It was about what FIFA's decision appeared to represent. Tournament regulations are generally understood to make a straight red suspension automatic. Yet FIFA's disciplinary committee used provisions within its disciplinary code to suspend the sanction under probation, allowing the punishment to exist on paper while delaying its enforcement. To some, it was a sensible use of discretion. To others, it looked like FIFA had rewritten the rules in the middle of the tournament. The reaction was immediate. Belgium's Football Federation described the decision as astonishing and began exploring legal options, arguing that FIFA had departed from its own disciplinary framework. The criticism didn't stop there. UEFA issued an unusually strong public statement calling the decision unprecedented, incomprehensible, and unjustifiable. It warned that such a move crossed what it described as a red line for football governance. When organizations at the very top of world football publicly disagree like this, it tells you something important. This wasn't just another disciplinary decision. It had become a debate about consistency, fairness, and the credibility of the rules themselves. Adding even more attention to the story were reports that United States President Donald Trump had personally contacted FIFA President Gianni Infantino before the announcement, requesting that the incident be reviewed. Whether that influenced the outcome remains unknown. FIFA has not said the request affected its decision, but the timing only fueled even more speculation across the football world. Lost beneath all the controversy was one very important football reality. Balogun is not just another player. He's one of the United States' primary attacking threats. His pace stretches defensive lines, his movement creates space for teammates. His finishing ability forces defenders to stay alert every second he's on the pitch. Preparing to face the United States without Balogun is one tactical challenge. Preparing to face them with Balogun is another entirely. Belgium now had to adjust. The plans developed after the red card suddenly became less useful. Defenders who expected a different American attack now had to prepare for one of its most dangerous weapons, after all. And football history has shown something time and time again. Sometimes the biggest advantage isn't tactical, it's psychological. Imagine believing your teammate won't be available for the biggest game of the tournament. Then, just before kickoff, learning he's back. Confidence changes, energy changes, belief changes. Momentum can shift before a single ball is kicked. Of course, none of this guarantees victory. Football has never worked that way. One player doesn't decide an entire match. Belgium remains one of the strongest teams left in the competition. The United States still has to earn every chance, every tackle, and every goal. But one thing is undeniable. The conversation surrounding this match is no longer just about football. It's about how football is governed. Supporters of FIFA's decision argue that disciplinary bodies should have the flexibility to recognize exceptional circumstances when justice demands it. Critics argue that consistency matters more than discretion, especially on the sport's biggest stage. Whichever side you believe, one fact cannot be disputed. A player who almost everyone expected to miss the round of 16 will instead walk onto the pitch against Belgium. The red card remains on his record. The suspension has been placed on probation. And one FIFA decision has transformed one of the biggest matches of the World Cup into one of the tournament's biggest controversies. Now the debate moves away from committee rooms and legal arguments. It moves back to where football always delivers its final verdict, the pitch. Because after everything that has happened, one question remains. Will Fuller and Balogun justify FIFA's extraordinary decision, or will this controversial ruling be remembered as the moment the World Cup's biggest off-field story overshadowed the football itself?